Happy holidays, Jets fans, and welcome to another episode of the Jets Life podcast. And we are again losers for another week in a row. And this was a game, looking early in the year, I was like, all right, we got to watch out for this team because, if we're in a position to be tanking, what?
We all penciled in for a W this week, but as the season progressed and the Jets just got worse, we knew that the Saints were going to beat us, and we said it last week too, anyways.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly where we're at now. It's just we're the team that people are watching out for. Too bad we're not playing Vegas. I'm pretty sure if we were playing Vegas, they would
100%. Any team
beat us,
in the NFL,
which is the unfortunate situation there. But let's talk a little bit about the game. Not much to talk about. This is like getting ridiculous now. But Don, tell me your thoughts here. I was halfway tuned in on this one live.
I mean, for the first, I would say maybe up to the second quarter, maybe the end to the second quarter, halftime, maybe it was a close game. Jets were playing pretty decent. Defense was playing good. But come at halftime, I mean, they disappeared after that. I mean, we got abused by that whole Saints team. I mean, Show looked great. How many yards did he have against us?
Shuck?
Yeah, Shuck.
He
had 400.
I heard 300 yards.
He had 300-yard game against us. I mean,
listen,
second round, quarterback, no pressure, and he's turning. What?
Good offensive coaching.
Yeah, I mean, just to show you, like any quarterback, you pick a good quarterback, man, with good coaching, things can turn around real fast. I mean, listen, they're not going to win a Super Bowl or nothing like that, but hey, they may have a piece, though. That's part of it. Do we have a quarterback? So now that the Saints, they won a game where they have 5 wins now.
5-10.
Yeah, so I mean, they're out of that whole top 5 sweepstakes. So I mean, this team, bro. Listen, they're starting Brady Cook. They're starting him again next week. Tyrod's available. They're not putting him. They're tanking. I mean, if you don't see that, they're tanking. They shut down Garrett Wilson. He could have played. They're tanking. Breece Hall is splitting. I don't even know if he's splitting it, but I feel like Isaiah Davis is getting more freaking handoffs than anybody. But you know what? Let's just continue to tank. I mean, it can't get any better. What's a win going to do for us now?
Breece got 16 handoffs. Isaiah Davis had 3.
It felt like Isaiah Davis was out there a lot.
Isaiah Davis was very involved in the passing game. 4 receptions, 52 yards.
So that's all. I just felt like
when you consider touches, 7 touches for Isaiah Davis, 16 touches for Breece. At this point, it just looks like they're just trying to get Breece to 1,000 yards rushing. I think he's like 40 yards away or something like that, 46 yards away at this point.
So him down. Just 18.
Give him the accolade. Sleep on it for now. And take it from there. I mean, that's really kind of the name of the game at this point. He'll get to 1,000 yards. Maybe they get him to 1,000 yards this week, and then sit him down for that Week 18 game, and then just ride off into the sunset into what's going to be a very, very busy offseason for this coaching staff, and this regime they have to nail some things. They have to nail a lot of things. They have to get a lot of stuff right. This team is a mess right now. It's there's a lot of avenues that need to be corrected. There are some keys and some bright spots. This offensive line has its bright spots. They're going to need to obviously figure out center at some point. I mean, I know they got Myers extended, but still, he's not your long-term guy. You also got to worry about, obviously, your left guard, whether it's going to be Simpson or it's going to be ABT. Anybody, and I know you were talking about it a few weeks ago, can Adai Mitchell or Mechie eventually produce into a number 2 wide receiver? I told you that was best case scenario 3 or 4 for these guys, and I think we know that's the case here. What's up?
Based on what you were saying about like a Donnie Mitchell and like, you know what? Honestly, you cannot address everything. You know what I'm saying? This upseason. You know what I'm saying? So what I would say is, at least for wide receiver number 2, you know what? We're gonna have to kick it down another year. We're gonna have to work with these guys. You might have to
do that. You can't do that if you're going to try and pick quarterback.
No, if you pick a quarterback, okay, your next pick best available. Free agency, bring another veteran in. That's a receiver. Because I really do think Adonai Mitchell could turn into a number 2. He's got the fucking traits.
He's not going to develop into a number 2.
How do you know? He's only a second-year receiver.
It's not that he can't. You just can't. You can't go into a season with a rookie quarterback with Garrett Wilson and then a cast of characters.
Yeah, but these cast of characters are better than any room we ever had in the last 10 years. Am I right?
That's not saying a lot, though, Dom.
No, it's not. But I think
you're saying it like.
No, but if let's say you could sign in a good free agent, a good veteran receiver with these young kids. Maybe pick somebody up in the second round, not a first round wide receiver, and then maybe we could talk. I mean, they got 2 second round picks. I mean,
got Paul Costa in the chat. He's got a couple chats in here. Glenn equals Gerard Mayo. I saw it last year. Yeah, the problem with it though is Gerard Mayo had every reason to be able to get fired. Glenn basically sold every asset on defense to be able to accumulate picks, and
listen, he's
gonna be able to make some of those picks.
I like what he's saying. I mean, listen, we're Jet fans. We love Aaron Glenn. Okay, as a coach, I'm not a big fan right now. Okay, and there's no reason for me to be excited. Okay, now
no one's excited about this crap, dude.
No, but let's just assume. Let's just say there's a chance, let's say the perfect world. Okay, there's a chance. Let's say Baltimore decided to part ways with Harbaugh. I'm just saying. Okay, or let's say Tomlin leaves Pittsburgh, and you haven't
leaving. They're friggin' what are they like?
I get what you're saying.
They're winning division. They're gonna win the division.
But let me just finish. But in that scenario, yes, I will entertain firing Glenn and bringing in a solid coach. Okay, but to get rid of Glenn to what? Bring another who? You know what I'm saying? An offensive-minded, first-time head coach. I mean, come on, it's tough. And then
I just don't think the Jets like. I think even the scenario that you're presenting, I still don't think the Jets are going to do it. Like, not that they shouldn't do it. I just don't think they will do it. I think they're kind of strapping themselves to Aaron Glenn for at least another year. They have 5 picks in the next 2 years in the first round. He'll definitely be able to make 2 of them. That's without a doubt. He's making 2 of those picks. And it's up to him whether or not he's going to be making those 3 in 2027 or not.
Yeah, but that's your question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you bring up a good point. All right, so he makes these 2 picks. And let's just say, you know what? Let's say the best thing happened. Let's say the Jets end up with the first pick and they end up with Mendoza.
Yep.
Okay. And then they get a whoever. So they got Mendoza. They figure out the quarterback. Hopefully it works out. So now you have a whole year to evaluate the quarterback too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say they win 5 games next year. Is that Glenn goodbye?
If they're losing games like they are this year.
Well, I know, like using bad games, you're saying. But let's say it's closer games. They're losing by a touchdown to 10 points a game.
That's progress, though. I mean, it's not saying a lot, but it is progress. And it depends, too. Like, like they played a close game against Denver, but there were some major red flags in that game. That doesn't mean it was a well-fought game. They played better games against, like, New England. They played better games against New England than they did against Denver. And that it's New England destroyed them. Granted, New England came out very vanilla. They did have guys wide open. I think the key there was that the Jets were doing enough to not allow New England to score 50 points or 40 points. So there's just been way too many red flags. I think the Gerard Mayo comparison, and we talked about this a few weeks ago when we had Zach on the show. Like there's a lot of similarities with Glenn and Gerard Mayo. The only difference is Gerard Mayo already had the quarterback of the future, and New England believed it. And waiting in the wings was another former Patriot that, when you have an alumni like that, an alma mater type of guy that has coaching pedigree, that would be like if Aaron Glenn had already had a head coaching stint that, comparative Rabel's coaching stint that he had in Tennessee, like
they come back and the Jets would have fired somebody like
yeah.
I got
That's
makes
a
sense.
completely different animal.
No, I get it. It just sucks so bad. Like we have. I mean, think about this. In the next 2 years, we're gonna have 5 first rounders, and 3 second rounders. And if this coach is not fucking good, it's gonna be all for nothing.
No, it's not even for nothing. Listen, it's got to come down to. Listen, Wade Johnson's got to be like on his P's and Q's here with everything. Next year is very critical. Obviously, you hope Glenn turns it around and next year's a bright spot. You hope it's more of the talent on the roster than the lack of coaching. But again, there's a lot of red flags there. And you hope with an off season to revitalize this roster that maybe next year they're able to have a little bit more promise. Hopefully they figure out the quarterback situation between now and then. So we're not worrying about in 2027 figuring out if we need to pick a quarterback then or not. It would be ideal if the Jets end up with the first pick and end up picking Mendoza. I think there's a very tough scenario there.
We'll talk about that soon.
What?
We'll talk about that soon. But here's my thing.
We'll talk about it a little bit.
So we go into next year, the first 12 games, okay, if the Jets are not at least 5-7, dude, it's going to be a fucking shit show.
Next year?
Yeah. Come the first 12 games.
12 games, 5-7? I mean, that would be good. That would be really good.
I want that. Bro, they can't start off this like a 3-9 in the first 12 games. It can't happen.
You can if it's a rookie quarterback. You can if the defense is just still.
Dude, they have enough money. That whole defense is going to be a brand new defense next year. I'm telling you right now.
It will be. But my issue is we need to see what they're really gonna do with it. They took the very sensitive approach last offseason. 1-year contracts everywhere, no big money in certain areas. Listen, if they handle the offseason to be very similar to what we did with with the guy from Jets Word a month ago, very aggressive at key areas on the team, bring in a lot of star power and use your picks, figure out a way to get the quarterback and take it from there. It's not easy, obviously. A lot of factors there. Jets are going to have to overpay somebody.
I like what Paula just said here.
Paul Costa?
Yeah, Paul Costa. Would the Jets be good or decent if Ben Johnson got the Jets job?
I think so. I mean, there's no reason to think that. I mean, yeah, Caleb Williams, obviously, they have a quarterback in place. It's a different world when you have a quarterback. Let's just put it that way for sure.
Do you think if actually he took the Jets job, Aaron Rodgers will still be on the Jets? Probably. So I think it's
such a weird question because I think the only jobs he wanted was a job where there was a young quarterback that he can work with.
Ben Johnson got the Jets job. We know that he didn't get the Jets job.
But no, I know, but
the Jets job.
I don't think he would have come here with Aaron Rodgers in the fold. Is the problem?
So we would have had who? Justin Fields as our
quarterback. Well, I don't think he would have Justin. That for him to have come to the Jets would have already had to have had a quarterback in place, or had the first overall pick, and he has a pick of a litter of a quarterback. If the Jets had the first overall pick, and if he felt he can work with Cam Ward or not, and that's a question too. I wonder if Tennessee's job was open. Does he take that job potentially? I think the Bears are the front runner from the get-go. I think he wanted to work with Caleb Williams. He was rumored there for a very, very long time as they fired, Eberflus they had last year, I think it was. They fired him very early, and he was linked to the Bears for a very, very long time. I don't think there was.
If he was a coach of the Jets, Paul, I think that the Jets probably have themselves 2 or 3 more wins.
Yeah.
That's fair to say. Because I don't think he would have won with Justin Fields. I think he would have brought in like a vet, like maybe a Carson Wentz or a Marcus Mariota, something of that caliber.
I think to answer his question, I think, you almost have to simplify it down to, so Aaron Glenn being here, has he made the defense better? If Ben Johnson were here, would the offense be better? And I think the answer to that question is yes. I think the offense would be better than the defense. You know what I'm trying to say? I think the improvements on offense would have been better than the improvements have been on defense. Obviously, defense taking a huge step back. And I think having an offensive-minded coach like Ben Johnson wouldn't be worse of a situation for the Jets defense right now because it's got awful. So I think the simple answer to that question is yeah. I mean, seeing his track record of what he's done so far.
Yeah, man. Listen, guy's a beast.
But I almost want you have to ask yourself too, like who are they bringing in at quarterback with him here? Like in this hypothetical,
I know that's what
alternate universe where Willie Johnson said, "I'll pay you double what Chicago did."
Hey man, he's got up coming. Why not? Pay to fucking pay the piper.
I think he's still paying Robert Saleh for 2 more years, I think, or some shit
like one more year. No, he got rid of him. He was a 5-year deal with Saleh, and he got rid of him in year 4.
Yeah, maybe.
So this is the last year he's getting paid. I think he's still paying Gase though.
Dane's in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Dane? How you doing?
Dane's a cool guy. He's always on here. That's actually I hopped on Dane's show, and that's actually how I got connected with
Jeremy. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. Jeremy's
good people. He was supposed to hop on. That Saleh's had oil money.
I agree.
He uses a lot of oil. Your hair's not shiny. You gotta put that oil in there. You gotta use that Saleh oil.
It's actually really bad in this lighting, but I do have it. Usually I put this. It's called cocoa butter.
Put the baby oil.
Yeah, I put it on nice.
That baby oil.
Yeah,
put that on there.
How you doing? How you doing?
Oh, jeez. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, moral of the story, the Jets have a lot of work to do in this offseason. We'll see how it goes. But there's still 2 more games to be played. Just lost to the Saints. That was probably, in my opinion, the last potential winning game, and they just got destroyed. Which is
probably the last potential winning game, dude. It was definitely the last potential winning game. There is absolutely no way.
No, they're not winning.
Sneak one against Patriots or the Bills. That's not happening. Okay? They're going to get their doors kicked in.
Against New England or against Buffalo or against both?
Both. Yeah. Mark Davis and Woody Johnson. Money is no object. Just pay coaches forever. I mean, I agree. I mean, it's not our money. Who gives a crap? The one thing I'm a little upset about this coaching process, and this is 30. What do they call it? The 32nd team or the 33rd team?
We got
right.
We got a balding question for you, Dom. We got a balding question for you. We got to answer the chat here. Dom, not to sidetrack, but when and why did you take the plunge to shave? Couple years and I'll be forced. Do I do it early?
So true story. Here it goes. I'm trying to make it as quick as I can. So I used to have Anthony, take your hat off.
Take my hat off.
Yeah. See his head of hair? I had it. I had it all. And I used to I had pride in my hair. So one day I'm doing my hair in the mirror and I see a size of a nickel in the back. Okay. So the nickel turned into a bologna patch. Okay. I'm looking at it constantly every day, 4 or 5 times a day. So eventually I said, screw it. I went to the barber. I said, barber, shave it off. And this is 20 years ago. Adriana was like 3 or 4. Done.
So I don't know if you remember, I was living with you at the time. And Trisha was working and you did it in the morning and you showed up at work and she almost had a heart attack. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I remember. Oh, you were with me then.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. that was good
that's
times.
That's the reason why Danger Zone.
Dane says his back is a golf ball.
Oh boy.
Any circular object you want to use to describe it.
If you have to look at it every day and it bothers you, shave it, get it over with, done. As long as you got the head for it, it's class.
Dane, we gotta get you on here to talk more bald conversations here. But Dom, did you feel better about it immediately?
100%. Because actually, I never looked in the mirror again. I felt good. I was happy, and I got the head for it. By the way, I do. You know?
Yeah. No odd shaping.
No, I don't. I don't got like those.
You don't have like the cone head situation going on.
Yeah, none of it.
You got it. You got to figure it out.
I rock the bald.
There you go. I got crispy New York Jets fan. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Go Jets! Like, support, and subscribe. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you too, man. Happy holidays to everyone. Holidays, crazy. We're already at Christmas, New Year's next week, rolling into 2026.
Yeah, buddy. We're gonna have a busy winter, guys.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be so much. Actually, we're gonna be excited. Once the Jet season is finally over, we're gonna be pumped up like you could never imagine. And if we ended up with that first pick overall, dude, wow. It's like once we make that selection, it's gonna be like when Nobly won Serie A title. We're all partying in Naples like crazy. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be like, oh man.
Well, let's get right into that conversation. Brought it up here a few times. Let me share my screen. It's coming. It's coming, people. All right. Here's like your Tankathon window. So obviously, here are your beloved Jets sitting at 4. Cleveland, Vegas, Giants ahead of us. Indianapolis with Detroit, Tampa, Minnesota, Baltimore with that 7-win window. So here's let's start, I guess, talking about that Indianapolis pick, because I was looking at this earlier today and thinking like how good can that pick get? So obviously, it's a good expectation that Indianapolis might lose out as well as us, which helps the thoughts on both those picks. But with that being said, here's the area that I feel like the Jets always get screwed on is the strength of schedule. So when you look at Indianapolis at a 537 strength of schedule, all of these teams here with 7 wins all have a lower strength of schedule. So they would actually have to get to 9 wins, any of these teams, for Indianapolis to really jump over them. Now, a team like Tampa, they're close enough at 529 to 537 to be able to hop them. But the problem with Indianapolis right now is they got Jacksonville and Houston on there as their main opponents, like division-wise. And those teams just aren't losing every week. So that's like 4 wins right off the bat every single week. So that strength of schedule is growing. Similar to us with New England and Buffalo being on our schedule. They're just winning every week as well. And why we're kind of trending in the wrong direction, strength schedule as well. So really, when you look at the Indianapolis pick, best case scenario, it probably lands 17, maybe 16 if, one of these teams, Minnesota, Baltimore, or Tampa, wins 2.
Just remember when we made that trade, they were projected.
Well, yeah, it's still awesome. I'm not denying that. I'm just going here.
This year. It's about next year. That pick is going to be a top 5 pick. I'm telling you. Mark my words.
Well, we'll see. That would be fantastic.
Bro, might as well, man.
We'll pick one and then we'll hold the other one as ransom.
Dude, I want both. I want 2 quarterbacks, and you know what? The best man wins the job. I don't care. We've struck out so many times. Enough is enough. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let's actually invest 2 premium picks on 2 quarterbacks, and let's go. If one don't work out, the other one will. If it didn't, we trade them away for a second, third, maybe a day 2 pick. I don't care. Mm-hmm. We just got to hit it. We just got to hit one time.
Yeah. But then you look at this top pick, number 4. And again, this is where it's getting a little dicey. So if you look at the Jets' strength of schedule, 539, Vegas is at 543.
Good.
That is good today. That's 4 points. It's not a lot.
It's not.
So teams like Chiefs losing every week. Teams like Denver winning is got obviously a good sign. Chargers winning is a good sign. You really kind of need – this is like kind of the last week where there's big critical movement and strength of schedule because that last week it's mostly divisional opponents playing. So you're moving up and down more or less in the same direction. It's kind of critical for the Jets to still remain ahead of Vegas before this week is over.
So I'll tell you right now.
Yep.
You got the Giants and Vegas playing this week. Vegas is going to win that game in LA. Vegas, sorry. Okay. So there you go. There's that 3 wins. They sit behind us. Cleveland.
That's not true, Dom. That's what I'm telling you. If this strength of schedule,
I'm not done. I'm not done. Okay.
Did it be in the Chiefs too?
Yeah, bro. Chiefs stink. Tennessee just mopped them up. And they got no quarterback. Minshew's out. They got this. What is his name? Akafa Maraka playing.
I even look. I saw Minshew got hurt, but I didn't see who the
bro. This guy is Maraka or something like that. I never heard of this guy. I think they picked him up at Wallbaum's or AP or somewhere. I don't know. But dude, guy's a joke. He stinks. But anyway, KC is no intention.
This comes from a Jet fan who's watched the likes of Tim Boyle.
Well, hey, you know what? My point. So Vegas can win out the next 2 games, and I think they will. So they're going to go to 4 wins. And Pete Carroll wants to win.
Chris Oladukin.
Yeah, I don't even know where he's from.
Chris Oladukin might be the savior of the Jets of the Jets' first overall.
That's one.
Chris Oladukin has the Jets' first overall pick in his hands. He's the key to the Jets' first overall pick.
Yeah, I mean,
he lost to Tennessee. Who did Chiefs play this week? Probably no one good.
Chiefs. Chiefs played Tennessee. And they got mocked by Tennessee, bro.
Do the Browns play them?
The Browns play. All right, Cleveland plays the Bengals and Pittsburgh.
Which now did Pittsburgh clinch the division now? I think they did.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think they need to win this week.
Are you sure about that?
No DJ Metcalf. All right, and not to mention, Cleveland shows up sometimes. They do.
They almost beat friggin' Bills last week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they almost beat them, but they were in there.
Dude, they almost beat. How about friggin' the Raiders almost beating Houston? I mean, we just needed one of those balls to trickle the right way. Didn't happen. But I'll tell you right now, I think Cleveland's going to find a W. The only one I don't think, and maybe it depends on what Cowboy team you're going to get week 18, is the Giants playing the Cowboys. So I think the Giants could lose out and they end up with the number 1 pick. But I really do see us sitting at number 2. And honestly, that is a perfect situation.
Perfect. As long as the Giants aren't doing some stupid shit.
They won't do stupid shit because you know what? Honestly, they want their guy at number 1. Now, I don't know. I've been hearing some crap, dude. They may go in for friggin' Mendoza themselves. So
I doubt that.
I mean, why do you doubt that? They're bringing a whole new regime in, bro. They want their guy.
Yeah, but they already have a quarterback in place.
Yeah, you just trade Jackson Dart, get a second rounder for him, move on.
Yeah, Mara might not want to go through the hassle of going through a whole new quarterback, figuring out if he's okay, figuring out if he's got it, go through that whole friggin' spiel, and then, you at least have Jackson Dart. You know that he's got some potential to him. I don't know. I don't see the Giants doing it. Not when they can be in a situation where, they trade out that number 1 pick.
They're not going to trade out. They're going to stay put, bro. They want their guy. Whoever their guy is. It's either going to be somebody like a quarterback that they want, or they're going to get the best available. And maybe they're going to
trade out to 2. Like 2 or 3 if the package is like, something catastrophic. Like,
right. So think about what you're saying, okay? Let's say you're the Giants, you have the first pick overall, and Jets have the second pick, and Cleveland has the 3rd pick. Let's just say it this way, hypothetical. Okay? So the Giants have someone on their radar. The Jets need a quarterback. If they trade that pick to Cleveland. Cleveland gets the quarterback. Jets get best available. And that's just the way it's going to go. So if they're in love with Reese from Ohio State, which is probably the best player in his draft, okay, guess what? They're going to risk losing him to the Jets. And you know what? If that is the case, here you go to the Giants. The Giants trade should be to the Jets. Here you go with swap number ones and take a number two. Go for it.
Agreed. But if the team picking third is going to be likely offering an additional one in the package, like Cleveland, for example, if it's them.
They have two number ones in this draft?
They do have 2 ones in this draft.
Maybe the Jets have to offer, a second this year and a second next year. I don't care. Get it done.
So Cleveland has 3, and they had in your scenario, they would have 3, and they would have 27. But I don't see a situation where Vegas gets behind us and Cleveland gets third. Anyway, I hear what you're saying, but
here's another thing. Hear me out. Tell me if this makes any sense to you, Anthony. All right, let's just assume you want that pick that bad. You swap the first 1 and 2, okay? Then you give the Giants your 16th or 17th for their second. Done.
I mean,
yeah, 100%. Dude, they get a freaking golden package, bro.
Say it again. You're giving
up your 2 ones for their first overall and their second round pick.
That gets it done. Here's the thing: if you're in a situation where you need to do what you got to do to get the quarterback, you literally have to do whatever you need to do. I mean, I was on Dane's show and got a call moron for this a few weeks ago, so Dane could kind of work with it. I said in a situation where the Jets are picking at 3 and Vegas is picking at 2 and Giants are picking at 1, this regime has no choice potentially to trade up there. I don't really think they can afford a season of 5 wins and no quarterback.
Say it again, Anthony. I'm sorry.
You got special deliveries happening here?
Yeah, out of my wine getting delivered.
Nice.
So you said if the Jets are Giants are 1,
the Jets are not in a situation next year where
we can't have afford to on our roster.
Yeah, they can't afford to have, like you were saying earlier, 5 wins. Does that buy them another season? It buys them another season if the quarterback is in there playing well and the team doesn't look completely lost in all aspects of the game. I mean, obviously, special teams has been awesome. Offense has been okay with considering the fact that they have no friggin' quarterback playing, but the defense has been abysmal. So obviously 5 wins. If all those units start showing signs of moving in the right direction, then sure, they can buy themselves another year. They don't buy themselves that second year or that third year. If there's no quarterback on this roster and there's no signs of improvement, and if there's no quarterback on the roster, there's got to be drastic signs of improvement on defense. Like, you can't go into year 3 of a defense coordinator being your head coach and the defense still sucks at almost every aspect of the game. If the Jets are picking at 3, I'm not saying you have to do everything in your power, but this regime might have to do everything that's required to make sure that they get that quarterback. At least drafting a quarterback typically can buy you an additional year of grace. But there's going to be a lot of problems there if they're playing poorly and they're in a situation where they're quote unquote tanking again, and the following year, a new quarterback, new draft, a lot of capital. That would be a perfect time to transition potentially. And this regime has to do everything in their power to make sure that decision isn't made easy for Woody Johnson to kind of turn the page. So I don't know.
I mean, in a perfect world, everything works out good, and the Jets start becoming a relevant team. I honestly, so what the hardest thing is? It's like we don't end up with Mendoza, and let's say Dante Moore don't even come out this year. That's where now it gets critical. Now it gets critical. Okay, so now you have to actually change your whole vision even our visions of what we expect the Jets to do this year in the draft. Okay. So in that case, honestly, right, you're right. You build that defense because that's what you are. I want that defense to be a top 10 unit in football next year. I want to win at least 6 or 7 games, knowing that in 2027, we have 3 first rounders, and it doesn't matter who has number 1, 2, or 3. There's going to be 3 guys up there. You trade it all for that guy. And that's
Here's a good question from Dane. More compelling question is, what do you do if you are not sold on Mendoza? So the first thing I'll say, and I only speak for myself, I think Mendoza has shown a lot as a prospect. To grow down the pipeline as he did, in the manner that he did, getting better every single year. I mean, the stats prove it. You look at him as a freshman, you look at him as a sophomore, you look at him now, every single year he has gotten better. He's improved his turnover to interception ratio, touchdown to interception ratio every single season. He's improved his completion percentage every single season. And, every challenge he's had in this season, I think he's answered it in shining colors. And there's still a lot of time to go. He's got the college football playoffs now. But that's his next test in a stream of tests that he's passed every single one glowingly. We talked about it all season about we talked about it so many times. I can't wait to see this guy what he does against Ohio State, a legitimate NFL defense when you consider the fact that 5 of those guys could get drafted. And at no point in time did I feel like he looked like a rookie. He looked like, like the game was too big for him. You know what I mean? It looked like he stepped up in critical moments.
Calm, I mean, good point. I mean, listen. So as what I've been watching too and listening to you, Anthony, as well. I mean, I like the kid Mendoza a lot. But you're right. If the Jets are not sold on Mendoza,
that's the question.
Do? So the question would be at that point is like, who's all right? If they're looking at quarterback, let's say Dante Moore is the guy that comes out, which I am hoping he comes out. All right. Listen, that guy's ceiling is up here. But do the Jets have the freaking coaches to bring him up to that? And that's the scary part about this kid. This kid has all the mechanics. He's got a great arm, great legs, vision, accuracy. But the thing is, he needs to be coached up.
So what I'll say to that is a lot of people were out on Bryce Young, and I'm not sitting here saying he's a top 10 quarterback, but he has shown drastic signs of improvement with a good offensive coordinator as
what is it,
a good head coach.
What, 3 years?
This would be his 3rd year, I believe.
That's what I'm saying. The freaking kid, he's a kid. These kids need some time sometimes. Everybody throws these guys out to the horse. That's why I hate the idea of starting a quarterback day one.
And I think the reason why it's so difficult, and this would obviously be the same kind of situation if the Jets were to trade up for Mendoza, is, and it kind of escalated like double when the following year Carolina, who traded their pick away to Chicago, ended up picking 1st overall, where Chicago was able to pick Caleb Williams.
The
fact that Carolina had to trade a lot of assets to move up there and get Bryce Young, and he looked lost at times. I believe he got benched multiple times, if I'm remembering this right. I think even under Canales he got benched last year too. So it really looked like a bad situation there from the aspect of he looked terrible as a rookie. Brought a new coach in there who did very, very well with Baker Mayfield. And even that guy looked like he couldn't figure him out. And then here we are in year 3, and it looks like, he's turning into a winning-ish quarterback. I mean, they're not blowing the doors off. He's not having a Drake May type of season. But they're 500, a game over 500, whatever it is, in first place in their division. Winning games against Tampa, that's a big thing that Jets never really had the opportunity to do with any of their quarterbacks. Come in there and, okay, you have a mediocre division, try and figure it out. There's always been a top dog in that division. Now we got 2 of them. But Yeah, I mean, if the Jets were in that situation, obviously there'd be a lot of pressure immediately on Mendoza to be the guy and figure it out. I mean, the compelling question is what do the Jets do if they're not sold on him? If you're not sold on him, then obviously you don't trade up. But what's your alternative? What are you doing? What's your plan B in the situation where
I'll tell you what it is.
What's their plan B? I'm saying in this situation that they're just not sold on him.
Well,
what is your
if they're not sold on him? Let's say, all right, if you got to go, let's say they're not sold on him. Okay, you take best available, 100%.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you right now, I'm calling the Eagles and going after Tanner McKee. I'm sending a second rounder, bringing a vet.
What's that going to do though? Like, really, what's that going to do though? Like,
dude, the kid has the ability to be a starter in the league, and like better than just a starter. That's the thing. We don't know. We don't see it. It's raw. We get it. But I'd rather take a flyer on someone who's been in the league watching for the last 3 years behind friggin' a Sirianni coach. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I'm just saying, let's say we don't either not draft him or can't draft him. What is our alternative? You want to go back to the Mariota tree? Sure.
Tanner McKee, I don't know, man. I know his name is all out there right now.
Because it's legit. The kid is legit.
I wouldn't say he's legit.
I'm not saying he's the next coming
backup quarterback.
Right. No, but you know what? He's just listen. I think he would be better than a rookie. No, well, he'd be better than a rookie. I'm saying that.
We believe so.
In the league. He's been in the league, understands football. He's played games, and he's looked really good in those games. I mean, look at his stats, dude. It's not. I mean, they're not BS. I know he comes in garbage time a lot, but that's better than what we ever had coming in garbage time. I mean,
again, dude, you're like comparing to like.
I'm telling you.
Let me look. Tanner McKee career stats.
You gotta start like, all right, listen, I'm almost certain the Jets are looking into this stuff. I mean, I hope they are. They're looking at other avenues just in case they can't get the quarterback. Okay? There are situations. I can't even see.
Tanner McKee's. Fuck is this guy? Get out of here, Brock Purdy. No one gives a shit about you right now. All right. So his career stats in 2 games, 1 start, 67% completion percentage. I mean, yeah, that was cool and all, but are you willing to
No, I understand these things, but I'm just saying this is a kid that's been watching, holding a clipboard, watching offensive play. He understands the speed of the game now. He's ready to go. This guy's prime, ready to roll. Now, is he the answer? We don't know. But I'd rather try with someone like this than this rookie coming out. Like, all right, let's assume we don't get Mendoza, and let's say Dante Moore don't come out, and we end up with someone like a Ty Simpson. Dude, that's some work. That kid cannot start right away. You know that, right? I mean, can we agree on? Okay. So if that's the case, why invest a first-round pick on him? Send a second, bring this kid in, and let's get 2 premium number 1s. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. If we can't get the guy, that's a very good option.
Hey.
Am I right or wrong?
My issue with it is certain teams have the ability and the patience to be able to pull off a move like that and be able to work it through and figure it out. I don't know that this regime has earned the respect to be able to say, okay, let's roll into a season with Tanner McKee as our starting quarterback.
Yeah, but that's like anybody else out there, Anthony. Anybody. If it's not your franchise quarterback, you're going out and getting this year. Let's say their only vision is Mendoza and they cannot get him. What's their answer next year?
But the problem is you got to pay him next year then.
Who gives a flying shit? If he works out, who cares? If he don't, goodbye.
You want to get in a world where Anthony, this guy looks average and you got to pay him now $30 million a year?
So if we fan on, let's say we don't.
Let's say he looks like below average. Let's say he looks like a 15 to 20 quarterback. You want to start paying this guy $30 million a year?
Dude, whatever, bro.
You want to pay? You want to do this?
Dude, it's a 2-year deal. You know that.
Huh?
It's a 2-year. We just gave friggin' what's his name 30 guarantee for 2 years. The same shit.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that.
I think he will. First of all, I don't think. All right, listen. I'm not saying he's going to be a top 5, top 10 quarterback, but I see him being in that mid range for now. But with the right pieces in place, he could turn to be better. Any quarterback can. The problem is, can the Jets coach these players up? And that's the problem. Okay, like who's their quarterbacks coach? He's the running backs coach.
So here's the more important question, actually, out of this whole thing. All right. So, I mean, you've watched these games and you've seen what these stadiums have looked like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Woody Johnson is getting excited about Tanner McKee coming in and being the franchise quarterback?
I don't think anybody would be, but you know what? Let's say you bring him in and he starts to get something called a W. It don't matter who, bro. It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying that, but you have to understand. What you have to understand is the big question right now at the Jets facility is who's playing quarterback in 2026.
I understand that, but none of these guys are proven. Okay, listen, we had 2 shots. We had 3 shots.
Yeah, but you know the problem is though.
Yeah, listen, we had Mark Sanchez whiffed, Sam Darnold whiffed, Zach Wilson whiffed. I mean, come on. And those guys
I understand.
And all those guys have one thing in common.
So what I'll say about that is when we drafted Sam Darnold and his first home game, were there a lot of people in those seats?
We watched it together, that Monday Night Football game.
No, that wasn't a home game. That was a road game. I'm saying their first home game. Were there a lot of people in that stadium?
I don't remember.
Yes, there were a lot of people. A lot of people going out there to see the former USC.
Well, also they won
their first game,
but they also won their first game too against Detroit.
Well, even if they didn't, like they
would have showed up. Listen, Jets fans show up in the beginning of the year no matter what. Always. It's when they start. You know when they start not showing up in the seats by week 3, week 4, they don't go no more because they know it's a lost season. That's how bad we are.
Anyway, listen. I'm not gonna sit here and
tell the story. I'm telling you right now. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I'm saying if that was the situation, I would be happy about it. And you know what? I think Jet fans would be too.
I would
fans, listen, if you watch football, you do too. You'd be happy with that.
I wouldn't call it I was happy with it. I would call it okay.
They made a move.
Huh?
We made a move.
I would say I would call it I would call that a last resort type of situation.
Last resort.
Well, what? I'm not saying last resort like Jacoby Brissett would be a last resort. I'm not comparing it to that. It would be a last resort to try and sell some hope to the fan base, and that's literally the lowest you can go to try and sell a fan base some hope. Obviously, you draft a quarterback. There's always excitement revolving around it, and obviously, it's not always the right answer. It always sucks, and yeah, you're right. You never know.
Yeah,
Mendoza could be a bust. Dante Moore could be a bust. Tyson could be a bust. Garrett Nussmeier could be a bust. All these guys could be a bust. I mean, hell, next year, Arch Manning could be a bust. Julian Sayin, all these guys that we're talking about could all be busts.
All right.
They could all suck. Look at that draft. Oh, we got Zach Wilson. All 5 of those guys look like shit until Trevor Lawrence this year. He looks like he's woken up.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You draft a quarterback. Okay. What is the likeliness that he's going to turn into, not special, but good enough on the Jets roster?
On the Jets roster right now,
yes,
like with the offensive weapons in place,
everything in place right now.
I would say it's higher than it was with Sam Darnold. I mean, that's the thing.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my second question to you now. So we just hurdled one spot. Okay, then that's a big one right there, by the way. Okay, the second part is this. All right, who is our
27% chance he's successful?
Okay, good. You know what? That's only one element right there. But here's the second part of it. All right, who's coaching this guy up? Who's our quarterbacks coach right now?
I forget the guy's name, but he was a running backs coach. I know that.
Coach, bro. It's a joke. That's a joke. I'm sorry. Listen, we grabbed Justin Fields, okay? Mind you, Justin Fields was never the answer, but he went real bad this year. I mean, he's played the worst football of his career with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Is that saying something to you?
Says something about the coaching, yeah. I mean, I'm not.
This is where I get a little worried about things. Okay, so no matter what quarterback you begin, it don't matter. You have a defensive-minded coach. You brought a rookie play caller in. You got a running backs coach coaching quarterbacks. That's a problem, dude.
So here's what I'll say.
There's major red flags here. Red flags.
Here's what I'll say, and I think
like my red wine.
What I think is realistic here is if the Jets are in a situation where they might be picking a quarterback, I think there are going to need to be conversations about who's responsible for being in his ear. There should be. Obviously, everything you're saying is 100% accurate. Justin Fields' performance, he wasn't great. He was below his norms.
Yeah.
So regression for a guy in his 4th or 5th year in the league, whatever it's been, 5th year I think it is now.
That's pretty bad, man.
That's not good. Doesn't look good on a coach. Tanner Engstrand, I think, looks like he can scheme some things up. He looks entertaining in that aspect.
Anthony,
but,
we still don't know.
What's up?
We still don't know.
We still don't know because guys could be getting open, but they could be getting open at the wrong times too. That's something I look at too.
Speed game.
What happened?
It's all about speed. Game time, speed. Like everyone says, everybody says, all right, you watch the all 22. This is the best part about the all 22. You can watch all 22 you want. Okay. It doesn't matter because you're watching a film breakdown. All right. When it's a game time, that's the only reason why there's only 10 top quarterbacks in the league, because there's only so many few people that can actually process this shit. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now here's the other thing. Okay. Out of these 10 quarterbacks in the league right now, and what we can go down this list, and I haven't even done this yet. I'm going to start thinking about
this. Where I was going to. I think there's going to be a legitimate conversation about changing up the quarterback's coach.
100%.
And it should be.
Yeah. But think about this for a second. If you look at the top 10 quarterbacks in this league right now, okay, let's look at their head coaches and where they come from. Like, for instance, are they offensive minded? Because that's a big situation here. Because I want to know name me 1 or 2 defensive coaches in the league, okay, that have great quarterbacks.
I mean,
yeah,
Rabel, McDermott.
No.
I mean,
I don't. First of all, McDermott is I don't put him in that category. Drafted a quarterback. How about that? Go over there.
He did draft Josh Allen.
He was there. They drafted him. Yeah, but he had some guys there, man. He had Dable there. All right, McDermott.
Yeah, you need an offensive coordinator. You know offensive coordinator. You know offensive.
You're right. All right, coach. Go two. Go.
Huh?
Go.
I did 2.
Don't say Tomlin because Aaron Rodgers. Not happening.
I did 2. I already told you Vrabel.
All right, Vrabel and all right, fine. All right, now let's name. All right. Top quarterbacks that have great offensive minds. Go.
Top quarterbacks that have great offensive minds?
Meaning coaches that are offensive minded.
Well, yeah, it's more common. I mean, you got Sean McVay. You got Andy Reid with Mahomes.
Shanahan, Purdy.
I mean, I wouldn't call Purdy great anymore. I think.
Well, you know what? Hold on. So let's see what he did. So he had Mac Jones turn into a stud. Purdy.
Yeah, Dom, you're not breaking news here. Everyone knows Kyle Shanahan's quarterback savant.
Keep on going though. There's a lot more. There's a lot more. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, let's talk about perfect example. Jacksonville Jaguars. Beautiful. You remember this guy? Duval. Yeah, that guy. All right. What? Liam Cohen.
So, but then they also have Doug Peterson, who won a Super Bowl.
Hold on. I get it. Offensive minded. Okay, he won a Super Bowl though. Bring me one Super Bowl here. I don't care. I don't care.
Well, no. But what I'm saying, didn't Trevor Lawrence also have Doug Peterson there too?
You did.
So, Dom, I think the whole point is that, yeah, your likelihood of having a successful young quarterback probably goes up when you have an offensive-minded head coach, sure. But at the end of the day, you still need that guy to be a leader. Like, Ben Johnson's a great coach and all, but obviously what he's showing this year is that he's not just a good offensive-minded coach; he's a good all-around coach. You look at Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is a horrible head coach.
A great
horrible head coach. But guess what?
Right. You ready?
Shit out of offenses. He can coach shit out of quarterbacks.
All right, you ready for this? You're right. Who was it? Dano that turned around and said that he's not on our roster right now?
Not on the sideline. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you right now. You want a big pair of balls this year? Okay. Guess what? You pick up the fucking phone and you bring in a specialty coach for your quarterback, and you're going to pick this year, and his name is Dable. Let's go. That is something that moves the needle.
Unless Dable wants to take a year off too. You got to understand.
Bro, pay him. Who cares? Just pay him. He will come.
Yeah, I think the way, and I got to look at this again. So I think the way coaches' salaries work is if he's getting paid, and this is a situation with Hackett, if he's getting paid by, let's say the Giants are paying him $5 million a year, whatever his salary is, let's just say. If he's getting paid $5 million from the Giants, he comes to the Jets and the Jets offer him $6 million, he's only making $1 million more. That $5 million is cash. He's never losing that $5 million.
They give him $8 million.
Huh?
I don't care. You need to make a statement. This is it. This is
I know you don't care. Well, Woody Johnson cares. His fucking money,
dude. But that guy won't throw money away, bro. He just wasted $30 million on Justin Fields. You think he cares about fucking?
I think he's not happy about that.
It is what it is, bro. The guy is making a ton of money, bro.
He's not. Doesn't mean he's happy throwing $30 million. The guy sucks.
But think about it. What else can you do? Who other coach can you bring in that has a proof that is available? That's number one.
So here's the thing with Daboll though. Like, he's not going to just come here and be a quarterback coach.
So guess what?
And you're probably not firing Engstrand.
Coordinator?
Huh?
We got to bring him into an OC.
He's not going from friggin' head coach to friggin' a quarterback coach.
Dude, it don't matter. You pay the guy. He doesn't give a shit.
He does.
All right.
Now, there's ego's involved.
Here you go. Ready for this?
There's ego's involved too, Dom.
Hear me out for a second. Here's a situation where, let's say they made that situation that happened. And let's say Glenn is stinking it up, but the quarterback is playing decent ball, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Daboll's on the radar. Head coach. Let's go. I like Daboll. I do like him a lot. I just think.
So hold on. So Daboll's going to come in, and he's going to be quarterback coach.
Okay. All right, now you're going, no, stop.
And then Glenn's getting fired, and he's going.
I'm not saying that.
You're not only under the guy, now you're over the guy.
No, you're turning it around. I'm just saying you need to bring in somebody that excites the fans, and it knows football. So I like that too. That's another great one right there.
So here's the thing about this, though, is everyone's speculating on the DC hire being a guy like Jim Leonard from Denver. And if you're going to do that, you're probably going to have to offer him the assistant head coach position as well.
I'd rather give it to McCown, actually.
But is McCown an OC down in Carolina, or is he just
I'm not sure.
Quarterback coach. I don't know his role over there.
But he would definitely, honestly, he makes a lot of sense, McCown. He actually was mentoring. That was the only one good year that Darnold stopped putting together until he left. Remember?
No, McCown's not. I forgot. McCown's not a friggin'
He was in Carolina.
He's with Minnesota now. He was with Carolina. He's in Minnesota now.
Oh, okay.
Working with McCarthy over there, and I think he's. I don't know if he's OC or not over there.
But that's the same move you make right there, bro. I like the McCown idea. I like Daboll idea. You know what? And then friggin', I don't know.
I think it's just weird. It's just weird dynamics to that a little bit, like a position coach being, assistant head coach. Yeah, it just comes off a little strange. Now I get it's money, but it's also egos involved too. I don't know.
You know what? You know what the problem is. You know what the problem is, and this is the stubbornness I think that Aaron Glenn has. Okay, I don't think he would bring in anybody that could actually make him look bad. You get what I'm saying?
Make him look bad.
Like for instance, like when Parcells was, when he was a coach, he brought in a young Belichick, a young this guy, young that guy. These guys were around forever, Peyton and those guys. These guys were groomed to be like a special breed of people, right? You can't be like an Aaron Glenn and all right, call up like, let's say Shanahan got fired tomorrow. Say, hey, come on, be my offensive coordinator. Because I'll tell you right now, if things go sideways, Shanahan's getting that job right away. You got what I'm saying? So he's got to bring in people like 3-4 steps below him. Because he's the CEO of the team? Yeah.
I agree with you, Davo, but him and McCown have history. Was McCown in Detroit? Who and McCown have history?
McCown? Well, McCown played with. All right.
Did he? Are we talking Woody having history with the money wise? Like,
no, I'm thinking that. Yeah, I agree via Davo, but him and McCown have. Well, I think that. All right, so I know McCown was with the Jets for sure.
Yeah, but
Aaron Glenn McCown maybe.
I'm trying to think.
Saints, Lions, maybe with the Lions. Maybe
played with him. I don't recall him being with the Lions. Though.
Played with him, maybe.
Just Google it, bro.
I'm lazy right now, bro. That's why you're the man of the post, bro. That's why this is you. I'm your side guy on this one. Your sidekick. Everybody just likes to see my bald head. You see?
Nice. So Dane was thinking Lions. I didn't think so. I just wasn't sure. I know he was with Carolina, but I thought that was his first coaching gig, if I remember right.
I think so as well. I think he did well there too. That's when he had.
That was when Bryce Young was there, and it wasn't looking too hot.
Oh,
I think he was somewhere before that too, maybe.
I think the Saints. Oh, he was with the Saints. McCown.
No, I don't think he was.
I think so. Look it up. Josh McCown Saints. Just put that in there. Google it, Anthony.
That's what I'm working on.
Oh.
Carolina, Minnesota. That's what I thought.
As a player, possibly history.
I'm not going that deep.
All right, bro. Let's go. I think let's not talk about can the Jets climb to first.
Okay. So,
and I say yes, they can. But most likely, I see them picking second in the draft. That's my prediction. Jets will pick number 2 in this draft. And who's picking number 1?
Let me share my screen again.
Giants.
All right. So picking So Cleveland has to win a game. They got to win these last 2 games.
They are going to.
Their strength of schedule, 492. Come on, we don't care about Amazon. Get out of here. Come on. We really got to do this? Get out of here. Come on. Anyway. So, yeah, Cleveland, they just got to win a game. We're never catching them in strength of schedule, so they just got to win a game. Vegas has got to win a game, and this strength of schedule needs to stay.
They're going to win 2 games.
Well, if they win 2 games, great. The Giants, though, this one's a bad one.
0.
Huh?
Giants ain't winning. They may listen. They could possibly, but it's going to be very, very fucking difficult. The Cowboys, Week 18, is going to be the tough one. But depending on the situation, you never know. Now, that would be the gift. That would be our dream scenario.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a situation.
They may be able to pick ahead of us because of strength of schedule.
That would be the dream scenario. 8 points is not impossible. It can be caught. It can be caught in the weekend.
Now, when you're playing Dallas the last game and you beat them.
Well, no matter what. Well, yeah, that's true.
But you got to also think about this, bro. As long as the Jets, honestly, listen. At the end of the day, if we could end up with the first pick overall, great. but at least number 2. That is the golden ticket. It will not cost you the farm to move up if you had to move up. That's the key. But if you're sitting at
picking 2, and the Giants have to be picking number 1. That's the thing.
Because any other team there to pick in Mendoza.
Yeah.
Maybe not Cleveland, though.
I think so. I think Shedeur, I think Shedeur is the type of prospect where they could try and trade him if they want to, but you're probably not gonna get much for. I don't know.
That's why, bro. That's why we need Dante Moore to come out this year. When is he gonna say anything? When are they supposed to say something? I think more and more he is gonna come out.
What happened?
I'm thinking more and more it makes sense for him to come out, though.
Well, it definitely makes sense for him to come out.
I mean, because you know what? Next year, he might not even be a top 10 guy.
What do you guys make of the idea that we need to clean house before the draft?
I like that. Now, when he says
house, as far as
clean house all coaches and all, or clean house with all players. I mean, shit storm. I think they're gonna fire like 2 or 3 assistants for sure. I mean, Aaron Glenn ain't going anywhere. That we know.
So yeah, he's talking coach and GM.
Coach and GM. I like the GM a lot, actually.
Yeah, but I think it's a Glenn guy, though. I think that's the problem.
It has nothing to do with that. I mean, I think Muji. First of all, Muji's been in the league a long time, dude. He comes from. That's what he did with Denver, man. I mean, the guy's got some. I like him. He's made some good acquisitions this year. I mean, you can't blame him. Listen, Justin Fields failed, okay, but look at everything else he did. Huh?
That's a pretty big one.
All right, but look at everything else he did, though. All right, let's talk about this draft. Let's start with the draft. Okay? We have potentially, all right, we have a right tackle for the next 10 years. Okay. We have a tight end possibly that looks pretty good so far. A.Z. Thomas is looking pretty decent so far. I mean, he's a rookie, but he's been playing pretty well when he was out in the field. Okay? We got a punter locked in. We got a freaking safety locked in. I mean, dude, we've never done this. We've never hit day 2, 3 picks, bro.
My only thing I would say about this, obviously, we didn't talk to we're right in the face on this one. Do I think they should clean house? Yes. Do I think they will? No. I just don't think that. I just don't think they will.
Well, because it's year 1. That's why.
Only because it's year 1. But he's saying before the draft was his question.
Well, I mean, you do it right after the season. What do they call it? What's that Monday?
Well, that's what he's referring to. I don't think he means
Dude, it depends on who's available. That's the thing. Who are you bringing in
to be a coach?
Question. Yeah. So let's assume the Jet. Let's say fucking Woody Johnson just woke up and said, "Enough is a fucking enough. I'm going offensive mind." Blah 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 blah. Who are you bringing in? I mean, you could bring in. All right, let's talk about. God, man, you gotta try to think here because, who can you bring in? Really? What's the hot name right now? Kubiak?
I don't even think he's a name at the moment either. I think he's your typical guy that
it's not the year
maybe needs another year.
This is not the year for this. Next year is the year for this, though. The clean house before the draft. If the Jets don't, bro, I'll tell you right now, if they finish with another 4 or 5 game win season next year without the quarterback, oh God. It's just too much torture for us, dude. McCarthy, Gruden.
I was thinking McCarthy, but they already went down that road before, and for whatever reason things fell through.
Dude. I mean, they didn't even give him a chance. I would have brought McCarthy in a heartbeat.
Why
Gruden
not?
Would have taken too, but I think Gruden's been away from the game too long now. How many years has he been away? 7 years, 6 years
since the Raiders. I think the Raiders were
4. How many years ago was that?
4 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
I just feel like it's been an eternity.
The thing with Gruden, though, and I don't know if Woody has the intelligence to be able to handle something like this. You'd have to tell. You got to figure out a situation where Gruden comes in here and he's not the guy making the draft picks. You know what I mean? He's not your draft savant.
He's not. I mean, Dangerous Zone. And listen. Dane, like you're right. I'd keep Glenn too. I mean, you have no choice unless you have listen, unless you had Harbaugh that came out and got fired from Baltimore and said, I want to coach the Jets, done. Sign me that ticket. Let's go. You want $20 million? You want the keys to the castle? Let's go. But there's nobody else in the league that you can do this. It's not like the year when the Jets, when they fired Kotite, was it Kotite? And they brought in Parcells, right?
Pretty sure. Yeah.
It's
no, that Carroll for a year.
After Pete Carroll, after Pete Carroll, then Parcells. Okay, I mean, mind you, we lost Pete Carroll too. That's another coach. That's amazing.
Yeah, but you lost Carroll for Parcells.
That was a situation. Yeah, the situation like Vrabel for Mayo, right? Very similar. Okay, but yeah, I mean, if there's a coach at that, like another Sean Payton, that should have been the guy the Jets should have went after. All had done. Go Sean Payton. But
yeah, but they already had. Was that
bro? That freaking Salah.
Well, they had Salah 2 years in.
Dude,
I'm not saying it's not.
When a coach is available at that, bro, when he's the top guy, you go all in, and that's it. Like Tomlin, if he got fired, would you? All right, here's my question to you right now: if Tomlin got fired, and he wants to coach again, are you going all in for Tomlin? Yes or no?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's my point. What about Bill Belichick wants to come back to the NFL? You going all in?
Struggling with that one though.
You know what's funny? I was talking to some other Jeff fan about this. He's like, you know what? Maybe 10 years ago, Bill Belichick, yeah. But the guy's fucking like 75. What is he? How old is this guy? 72, 73 right now? I don't know. It's like Pete Carroll. Like, I love Pete Carroll to death. I would love to bring him back, but what is he, 74? I mean, what are you going to get? 3 years of these guys? They're going to have a heart attack on the field when they fucking win? You know what I'm saying?
Heart attack coaching the Jets.
Oh, well, that you get no matter what. You ever see the presidents the day one they get into the office and the day when they leave, how old they look? Look at all the Jet fucking coaches, bro. Look at Adam Gase. Oh man, the guy looks like he's got hair all the way down to here, and he's walking around with a cane. I want to get him, but
what's he even doing nowadays? I wonder
he's coaching some Pee Wee football league. I heard.
No, it's not true.
I'll be honest with you. You know what? I'll tell you right now. No one scripted the better first drive. Am I right?
3 runs up the middle. Punt.
No, what are you talking about? When the Jets had the ball, first drives, when he was coach, they were great. After the first drive, they stunk. Look at that stat up. It's a great stat. First drive.
I don't remember them ever being great on offense.
YouTube this. Adam Gase first drive Jet stats. It's insane. Bro, the best. He's the best ever first drive guy. You never make adjustments though.
I'm not Googling Adam Gase. I don't want him on my feed. I don't want that guy like anywhere near.
Dude, you know what's funny about that too? Like you think about like, bro, when was the last time? All right, I don't even count Adam Gase. Forget about Adam Gase. Okay, when was the last time we had an offensive-minded coach?
Offensive-minded coach?
Yes, sir.
I think it was Kotite.
Dude, we're talking about 2 legendary bad coaches there. Legendary bad.
Which shows you the avenue the Jets need to go. Just keep going defense.
No.
Or go special teams.
You know what the problem is? Everybody thinks the Jets is a joke. And they are. And you know what? Deservingly so, because the Jets haven't shown nothing for the last 30, 40, 50 fucking years since Joe Namath. But honestly, it's going to take – you know what's going to take? Players like that came back out, like Aaron Glenn, like saying, I want to do – you know, he loved the job. He wanted the job, you know? That's why I love the guy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I wish him the best. But I just think all the fingers point the opposite way because just the way the stats – just look at the stats. You know what? You want to look – what do they call it? In-game, like the next-gen stats and all that kind of shit. Bro, all the fingers are pointing red. Bad. If that's the case, man, we already know what this is going to be. It's going to be a 2 or 3 year out. The thing is, I don't want to fucking pick a quarterback this year knowing he's going to be out next year. And then a whole new regime is going to say, well, that's not my guy.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, I think a part of that too is like, when you're going through that hiring cycle. For example, when like, let's even use this year. Like, Tennessee's going to be looking for a head coach. Like, Cam Ward's going to be involved in those like conversations. Like, and obviously, whoever the head coach is going to be is going to be there because he's interested in coaching Cam Ward. You know what I mean? Like, that's got to be like a part of the whole thing. Because if you have a quarterback, and that's why I keep telling you about the Giants, like same situation. Like, when you have a quarterback in the building that everyone in the building seems to have some level of trust for, and say one about Jackson Dart, he has a little bit of moxie. Like, I think,
dude, the guy's an idiot.
He's an idiot, but
he plays stupid, and he's not getting coached up right now. He doesn't listen. That's his problem. That's why he was supposed to be that's why he was never considered a top flight guy, because he don't listen. He doesn't listen between the ears. Now, you're right.
He's also really young too, and like, things develop over time. They evolve. You get a good coach in there that can figure out his ways with Dart and put him in safer situations. Maybe something clicks. I mean, I don't know, but Josh Allen was putting himself in harm's way a lot as a young player too. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he's Jackson Dart, but how many times was Josh Allen playing as a rookie or in his second year? It's like, this guy needs to slide more. He needs to stop lowering his shoulder. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. Like, these guys get coached and they eventually develop and hopefully in the right direction for the team picking. But I don't see a situation where the Giants are going through this hiring cycle and with a quarterback in the building are going to be telling – now, I'm not going to say they're 100% off of the quarterback situation, but I think they'd rather say, let's look at what we got one more year with Dart because we know he has some potential. We can trade out of that spot, get some ammunition for next year because they're going to want next year capital, in my opinion.
Then we offer them this year's first. Okay,
yeah.
and our worst of our first round picks next year.
I ain't gonna do it. They're not gonna like that.
Well, if they want capital,
they're not gonna like that.
They'll have 2 first rounders next year.
They're not gonna like that. You're gonna put a stipulation in there. The worst of our 3 first round picks.
Then you give
them that at all.
Then you give them Dallas's first round pick, or Green Bay, whoever's worse. That I do. Because I'll tell you right now, you ain't touching Indy pick, bro. That's going to be a top 5 pick.
They might want
I'll tell you right now, the Jets might be in a crapshoot with that pick. They may have the number 1 pick next year via
I don't think it's going to be that high.
Don't say that. Bro, they're bad without a freaking quarterback, dude. They're horrible. You don't see how they look?
Wasn't a lot of people joking around that they were going to suck with Daniel Jones too?
Yeah, well, guess what? Daniel Jones ain't playing next year until probably week 15.
I understand, but damn it, I think it's that coaching staff is good. They're working with Phillip Rivers right now, dude. 4 years removed out of playing football. Have you seen the guy?
You think he's coming back next year?
Rivers?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
He's just there to steer the ship.
All right, so he's steering the ship and it's still sinking. My point. It's a bad situation.
It's Phillip Rivers, Tom.
I get it. Next year.
You do know he retired 4 years ago, right?
No, I do understand that. But it was sinking before it, and it's still sinking.
It was sinking before because who they have playing quarterback before him?
I'm going to tell you right now. I will bet you. Listen, nothing big. I'll bet you a 20 spot. It's live right now. We're an hour and 20 minutes in. Okay, on this day, Christmas. It's the day before Christmas Eve. That I'll tell you right now. The Jets pick via Indianapolis will be a top 5 pick next year. Mark my words.
All right, $20 on that.
$20.
I'd like to lose that $20. Fine.
Yeah.
Hey, house money.
Fine.
I either win $20 or we got a top 5 pick. I'm the one that's fucking. I'm the one living the life on this one.
Yeah, they will have a top 5 pick next year.
Huh?
If they have a top 5 pick, you owe me $20.
If they have a top 5 pick, I owe you $20. Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it's not top 5, you owe me $20.
Right.
So I'm hedging. Yeah. I'm the one hedging.
So if the season would have started, so since Daniel Jones has been out, okay, If the season started that day, what pick would they own?
Since probably the first pick. But Don, that's like,
dude, there is nothing to say. They stink without Daniel Jones. There you go. And you know what?
I don't think they stink without Daniel Jones. I think
royally, bro. They fleeced the Colts. Fleeced them. I think that's.
I hate that shit. People, dude, like, it's so annoying, the whole fleece crap. I don't give a fuck who fleeced nothing. Guess what? We fleeced Seattle in the Jamal Adams trade. Dude, all these years later, they're looking pretty damn good, and we still suck ass. Well, I don't care about that crap.
Well, that's different.
I don't give a crap. Because that's so dumb. That's just something that people like. That's just something people in this fan base do to get these little fucking stupid moral victories. Like, who gives a damn? Okay, Seattle took a risk, didn't work out, but guess what? They figured it out pretty damn quickly around that situation. Well, and dude, where are they right now? They're freaking number one, number two seed in the NFC.
You know why? Because they figured out the quarterback, and they have a fucking
with a defensive-minded coach. There's another one for you.
A what?
And with a defensive-minded coach, there's another one for you.
He's not
McDonald with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, get out of here. He's more freaking offensive-minded than defensive, though.
McDonald?
Yeah,
he was a defensive coordinator.
I know he was, but he's pretty he's like a 50-50 guy though with that. Dude, think about what he did there. Okay. Was he there when they drafted Jackson Smith? No.
Lamar Jackson?
No, Jackson Smith.
McDonald?
No. Yeah, McDonald. Was he there when
no, Carroll was there.
All right. Okay. So Pete Carroll put all the pieces in places for that kid. Now, great coach. It doesn't matter. Sam Darnold went there with the best weapon you could ever have. Okay. And not only that, he's got a good complementary freaking backup, like that Charbonnet guy. That defense is just sick, though. But there you go. You're talking about a defensive-minded coach that goes to Seattle, and look at their defense is like number one in the league. Where's Aaron Glenn? Like, you know what, Aaron Glenn, show me something. Where's our defense?
He doesn't coach the defense, bro.
Dude, I'm honestly starting to think, man, maybe this is not the guy. I'm starting to think that he got, bro. Maybe it should be a one and done. I'm really getting like,
bro, I don't know how early I think I started. Huh?
When they were 0-7, we started talking about this.
No. I think my very first text on it came in the Miami game, the first one.
Oh my god!
I think my very first inkling of it.
3 or 4?
0-4. You're going 0-4 after that game. Yeah. I think my first inkling of it was that game, like, because that was a game where they had a lot of penalties, and a lot of them wasn't their fault. It was a poorly officiated game, whatever. But it was another game of like being unprepared, and I don't know. I feel like I've seen it so many fucking times. Dude, look at this, like the NFL playoff picture right now. Vrabel obviously had coaching experience, so he's kind of a little bit of an outlier there. But first year with a new team, and a team that was terrible. A team that was god-awful last year. The Patriots. They're out there. Liam Cohen with the Jaguars, they're in first place in their division. Ben Johnson, Chicago, first place in their division. They just beat the friggin' Packers last week, or this weekend. What the heck coaches am I missing? Pete Carroll was a disaster.
Why do you think he's a disaster though? That team was a disaster. It's just as bad as the Jets.
Yeah, but they've also regressed though. So I mean, like that's kind of a situation there. And he brought in his quarterback, and he sucks. Like I mean, that's
right. So the Jets are definitely the worst out of the new coach hires. Because who's picking ahead of us?
Vegas, and I think they're the worst.
Yeah, but honestly, who would you rather have, Pete Carroll or Aaron Glenn?
You're talking track record. I'm not saying Aaron Glenn's better than Pete Carroll.
Out of head coach. Forget about the track record. Who would you rather have?
Rather have Pete Carroll, but look what he's done in Vegas, though.
Yeah, but he has nothing in Vegas. He's just as bad as the Jets, dude. Bro, they're bad. They are bad. But
that's also nothing.
No. Hold on. Wait. They are so bad, okay, but they still beat the shit out of us.
We started this whole conversation saying that the Vegas would beat us.
No, Vegas will beat us.
So what do you mean they have nothing?
Yeah, they're better than we are. We have nothing.
That's what I just said too.
Bro, we're playing a whole bunch of like nobodies right now. Besides our, I have to say one thing though. And hold on, wait. I gotta say one thing. I'm gonna clap one thing. And you know what? I know it's still 2 more weeks to go, but dude, our offensive line's been intact this whole fucking year. When was the last time we seen that? Right? I know I know there's 2 more weeks to go, but who knows? I don't know. But that's the only thing.
I think the best thing could have happened was ABT going out, because if you would have started week 1, we wouldn't be having that conversation. But no.
Oh yeah, you're true.
Because you knew at some point something would have fallen off. Just sucks for that guy. Anyway,
yeah, I feel bad because honestly, I really liked him as a player too, and as a person, he's a leader in the locker room and all that. He just can't stay healthy. If you could bring him back on a 1-year deal, like a prove-it deal, I'm more than glad. I would love him to be a depth piece.
I'm starting to think that's more likely than
Simpson getting re-signed.
Yeah,
because it's penalty problems.
Penalty problems.
A little bit.
I also think like when they got him, they kind of got lucky. Like he definitely overachieved his contract.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that works out, and it's like, okay, he's worthy of another contract and they get better. But sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes now you're going to pay him to what he's done, and he's not going to do what you paid him to do, what you paid him to do. I almost feel like that's, and again, he could prove me wrong, and they can pay him.
Dude,
he can turn out to be even better.
I agree what you're saying. Move on. You have 2 second rounders, man. Pick up a guard. That's where they're picked. Top guards. Pick one.
I think free agency, pick a guard. Just pick someone
that's money. You're $17 to $20 million, dude.
Huh?
You're gonna be paying $17 to $20 million.
But what? It's money.
You take a rookie, bro, in the second round. That could be just who knows. I know it's a crapshoot, but I mean, no, I get what you're saying.
I want every piece on that offensive line to be somebody you know their floor. You know their floor.
You got the cap numbers all set up and done. What is there? So after this year, going into 2025, 26, what is there available cap space going into this free agency? Is it like 120?
I don't think it's 120. I think it's like 98, 97. I'm pulling it up now.
Even after the Williams trade and the Sauce Gardner trade?
Yeah, there's a lot of dead money in those contracts.
Oh. Next year is the big one, right?
27 is the big year. 27, we have like $200 million in cap space.
That's if we didn't spend anything.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
So for 2026, we have about 91 million cap space. But the reason why it's 91, it was like around 98. But they gave what's his face over there, Myers, $3 million next year. And who's the other guy they just gave an extension? I forget.
Rucker.
That's right, Rucker. Yeah.
Rucker. Fucking guy got $10 million 2 years.
Yeah. So next year's cap number is 1.8. So those two guys combined about $5 million. So
yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, we were around. I think when we did this, like it was around 96, 98 million. I think we were at 98 million.
Hey,
so listen, there's only $2 million.
They could really honestly bring in. I think you only could really bring in 2 big players if you wanted to go that route, or just one big player and go bargain shopping, bro. Because I don't think they're ready for the big fucking.
I think they need 2 big players.
He's right. He's our MVP of the year, bro. McNamara.
I think they really just need 2 big players. Like I think that's no.
You think both sides of the ball or one side of the ball each? Probably both on defense.
I think it depends. So if you go on big game shopping, I gotta look at the free agents again. I forgot our list. I know we did it a month ago, whatever.
Well, you want the guy from KC. What's his name? The linebacker over there, Chenault.
Yeah, that's not happening. It would be nice, but no.
I don't know, man. Dude, they got problems with money over there, bro. A lot of problems. How about those guys from the Rams? Those secondary guys.
I like Cam Curl a lot.
Yeah. You have the other guy too.
I think I had him on my list that I would pay him.
Pay him.
They need safety help. They need this is almost like an off season where they have to double dip at safety. One in free agency, one in the draft. Like this is like legitimately, they've gone way too many years of ignoring that position. So it's ridiculous.
So you want to hear another little theory I have?
What?
Let's say the Jets don't pick 1 or 2. Let's say they pick 3 or 4 and they added the Mendoza Sweet Six.
Caleb Downs?
No, I'm saying Arvell Reese and then either Caleb Downs with the next pick or McDonald with that next pick. Dude, 2 Ohio State guy, defenseman.
Caleb Downs is not going to make it to 18. I can tell you that right now.
I don't think so.
I think someone's going to.
Who would you rather have, Arvell Reese or Caleb Downs? I'd rather have Arvell Reese, dude.
Arvell Reese, yeah.
Yeah. At 3.
I know.
Because that could be a possibility, Anthony. There is a situation where this happens.
Where what happens?
Like, let's say that the Jets cannot get the quarterback.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
And, like, are you prepared for, all right, what do we do now?
You pick the best players. I'm not, yeah, I understand.
You go both defense in the first round then, at that case? And then cake it all for 2027 offense?
I would. That would probably be my direction, honestly, because
he's a defensive-minded coach. Give him
not because of that. Not because of that. My reasoning for that is because you're not gonna have a quarterback. You're gonna you bring in 2 high-profile receiver. You bring in a high-profile receiver with Garrett Wilson, and no one's throwing the ball to him.
All fucking year.
What happened?
They'll be sucking their thumbs on the sideline all year.
Well, basically, yeah. So like
you got these not prima donnas.
That's almost as dumb. Like, and I'm not saying it will never happen, whatever. But like, I have high reservations that the Bengals have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on their roster, and they're going to trade Joe Burrow away. For the same exact conversation we're having right now.
Why are they even bringing that up? Can I ask you? Is that just a rumor?
It's so annoying. Like, I don't know. I know he's pissed off and shit because everything's going on over there. But I think he just wants a new coach. I don't think he wants to leave Cincinnati. He's an Ohio kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like.
Yeah. Oh, is he really? I didn't know that. Oh,
he went to Ohio State.
Oh, get the fuck out.
He played for Ohio State. Wasn't good enough. Transfer to LSU. And then won a championship over there.
Wow.
But he went to Ohio State because he was never going to start ahead of. What's over there?
Fields?
It must have been Fields. Because that was Fields. Then, yeah, it was Fields.
Shit. Can you imagine that? Who's the guy that got that wrong?
Sonny Styles.
Sonny
Styles would be.
I mean, listen, Sonny Styles.
I like the mock drafts early in the season where Sonny Styles was there in the second round. I love those mock drafts.
Look at his name.
He is not making the second round anymore.
NY Styles, dude. I'll tell you right now. He's got the name for
it. What if a trade up could include a player instead of an extra second?
Oh, Will McDonald. Bye-bye.
I'll send them both.
Thank you. Oh, Will McDonald. Bye-bye. Dude, this guy stinks. And mind you, we fucking drafted him instead of Jackson Smith Njigba. I am so freaking pissed off about that.
You know my opinion on that.
I know. That's just stupid. Like, how would a fan? Why can't the all right? Listen, like, I hope Muji's listening to us right now. All right, and like listening to Jet fans. Like, how the fuck do we know more than they do? They stink at their job, and they get paid millions for this shit.
So you know what's funny? Like, you know how pissed off I've been the last 2 years with the Jets picking offensive linemen in the first round. Mm-hmm. I think it all stems from the Jackson Smith and Jigba draft. I think it all stems from there because, like, dude, the Jets needed offensive firepower. Like, they I know they had Garrett Wilson, but they don't always needed it.
They don't believe in it. They just don't. They don't have the. All right, we just spoke about they're defensive minded. They just don't know nothing about the offense. To them, it's impossible. You understand? They just don't understand offense, and that's why I don't want a quarterback. I want the quarterback, but they're going to screw this up.
They're going to screw up what?
If they pick a quarterback and have this regime coach this kid up, with what they have in place now, it's Zach Wilson 3.0. I'm telling you right now, 100%.
I don't know what that.
Anthony. All right, Zach Wilson stunk. All right. Sam Darnold 2.0. I'll tell you that right now. Because Sam Darnold had all the traits, they couldn't coach him up.
I take that though. I take Sam Darnold year one and feeling like the coaching staff is just not capable of coaching him. And then saying, okay, we need to go into this offseason with a realistic eye on who the fuck we're picking as our next head coach, understanding that we have a rookie, a second-year quarterback that we have a lot of faith in, a lot of belief in. We need someone to come here and coach him. The whole McCarthy situation, like that was like basically the silver platter was right in front of you. That was the most obvious hire, like on the face of the earth. Like that is the most obvious thing that could have been done that offseason. McCarthy is not a great coach, but at that point in time, Sam Darnold would have evolved into what he is today under McCarthy.
100%.
He would have evolved into
that. Discussion right now.
What?
We wouldn't be having a discussion about drafting a quarterback.
Probably not. Darnold would be that guy.
Yeah.
We would have probably fired McCarthy at some point, like Dallas did, or honestly, we probably feel
probably
like.
Not. I mean, think about it. Why would you? If you got your quarterback right, it don't matter.
Well, look at the reason Dallas fired him. I mean, eventually his message got stale. Eventually, they noticed that they were just.
They made the playoffs almost every year, right?
No, I understand. I'm not.
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time the Jets went to the playoffs? 16 years ago?
I'm not denying that.
I'm saying, I'd rather have a possibility of one of 7 teams that come out of the AFC or NFC for a chance. Okay? Just a chance. You know what I'm saying? But mind you, we haven't been there for 15 years. What's Chris saying over there? A linebacker
in draft for our New York Jets, possibly like Sonny Styles, C.J. Allen, Anthony Hill.
C.J. Allen, really good.
Rodriguez, I like Rodriguez. Linebacker from Texas Tech, Aiden Fisher, Jake Golday. I'm not sure Aiden Fisher and Jake Golday. I haven't looked.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, if the Jets smart, there's 2 ways to do this. If we don't get the quarterback this year, Arvell Reese is the quarterback of the defense, bro. He's that good. Okay, and that's just it. You pick him in there. What is he? Is he hybrid? He's like a defensive end linebacker / player. He's another.
He's a linebacker who can also.
What's his name from last year? Abdul Carter. But he's better than Abdul Carter, 100%. Maybe Boker. Listen, I love late guys, man.
Forget about it.
Hey, forget about it. How you doing?
Tommy wants to tickle the like button.
Tickle the like button.
I'm trying to see if Tommy can make it on next week, but I think he has a pre-existing or a prior obligation that he may not be able to make it. He's the Buffalo guy on our weekend show.
What a game last week by the Bills! I tell you, you know what? I was tempted, man. They were down. What was the score? They were down 17-0 or something like that. Something crazy like Bills?
That. Oh, against the Patriots, you mean?
Yeah.
20 was it 21-0?
Something like that, dude. In game, if you were on the sports bet, bro, they were at plus 2,100. I should have just threw like $10 at it, bro. Would have made $210 right there.
Could have also thrown your $10 away, but yeah, I hear you.
I did the same thing with the Jets last week. I just threw $5 at them. I like those odds. You know when you have that big 2,100, 1,750 payoff. I said fucking $5, man. Who gives?
I know it feels like such a long time ago, but year 2 under Saleh, I made so much money on the Jets, like that, like 4-game winning streak or whatever it was, 5-game winning streak, whatever it was. I made so much money because they went through Green Bay and they were like 4-point underdogs, and I gave them like +5 or -5. I mean, like I literally shifted the line because I don't know. That was the first time that in a while that the Jets made me feel confident. I did it against Buffalo too. I did Buffalo like -3, whatever, for us to win plus cover like our own spread. And sometimes that's obviously stupid at times, but dude, I killed it. Like that 5-game winning streak, I was just dominating the whole line. But
it's a good shit.
You can't do that shit no more.
No, you do it the other way.
Now you do it the other way. Yeah, the Jets are favored. The Jets are underdog by 14. Throwing another 14 on top of that one.
What's the spread on the Patriot game next week?
Let me check.
It's got to be all right. If I didn't even know yet, but I'm saying 14 and a half, 15.
It's got to be double digits. It's like deep double digits. I mean,
yeah.
I think 14 and a half is probably right. Like, looking it up.
Mm-hmm. Hard Rock.
That's what I'm working on. It's taking forever to load.
Oh well.
So you look forward to tomorrow, bro?
Yeah.
What time you heading uptown?
About 7 fishes. I'm leaving here like around 12:30, 1 o'clock. I'll be there by
1 o'clock.
Yeah. What time are you gonna get the moms?
Probably like around 4, but I think she says she has an appointment at 4. So
appointment.
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know. She told me she had an appointment. I would assume a doctor. Like
on Christmas Eve? Who the fuck goes to Christmas Eve?
4 o'clock on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Fucking sign me up, man.
They're the assholes. Oh, the only opening we have is 4 o'clock. Hoping you say no. Okay, I'll be there. Shit.
Now we got early. I picked up. So I stopped by the boys today. I picked up about almost 2 pounds of scallops, bro. You got to see these motherfuckers, bro.
2 pounds of scallops? What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I know. When we get to the house, we'll decide something. Oh, Christmas Eve. Well, everybody?
11 and a half.
Oh, I'm taking the Patriots.
You take the Patriots and you put like 5 points on that shit, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna mortgage my house for that shit, dude.
Oh my god.
They owe me a house. Let's go.
Jets money line is 525.
I wouldn't even touch that.
No.
If I throw $5 to make $25, go for it. But I'm not even touching that.
I would consider Patriots at like 20 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Jets are gonna get dominated, bro. That's in New England. They're playing in New York. Well, that's why.
That doesn't matter. This is where you double hedge. You get the Patriots at 11 and a half.
No, this is a perfect situation, which I'm pissed off that Hard Rock doesn't do. Okay, you can tease that bet, but Hard Rock doesn't let you tease. 6 points.
They used to.
They don't
do it anymore.
No,
I haven't really screwed around with Hard Rock too much.
Yeah, who do you? Oh, Bettis.
No, screw Bettis. I deposited money in that shit and never getting the fucking shit back.
Yeah, because you lost it all. You don't get money back if you lose it all, yeah?
No, I still have money in there.
You probably have bonus money. No, you know what it is? You know how they
have to cycle through it like 5,000 times.
Yeah,
some shit. Like,
that's the only way you get your bonus money. So I was like, all right, sure. So I was betting everything favor until I got fucking hammered one day. Like I was taking, like last year, I took friggin' Dallas Mavericks. They were playing the shittiest team in the world, bro. And they were up like plus 2,100. So I took them to win. And guess what? They lost by fucking 10. I was like, I deserve to lose that game.
I think last year I put like $100 on Sauce to have 2 interceptions. Oh my God. I thought that was the most easiest bet in the history of fucking bets, bro.
These Jets are they're not gonna record a fucking interception this year. There's never gonna be a team that does this.
Unless Drake May does something stupid this week. But then again, 15 other quarterbacks had a chance to do something stupid. None of them as dumb as the Jets, bro. No one's as dumb as the Jets. It's unreal. That will be like, bro, that would be the most ridiculous stat in the history. And you hired a defensive-minded head coach. The fuck?
Bro, this is what I'm saying. Bro, so hold on.
If we hired Ben Johnson and that was the situation, I'd be like,
that's different.
You know,
I can deal with that. But when
he just needs a good defensive coordinator.
Situation. Salah, when he came with the Jets, okay? At least their defense was fucking elite for a couple of years. Am I right?
They sucked the first year, though.
Yeah, they did. But they got elite. No, they got better in the first year, though. After they were
bad.
Ulbrich. They got better like week 7 or week 8. They started playing some really good defense. The following year,
they were really bad that year. They were really bad that year.
Oh, they were, but they got better towards the end of the year. You're starting to see progress with the defense. But the next year and the following year, they were a league. Bro, they were a top 5 unit in football. And here we are. Yeah, but you know what, Ant? Honestly, I think they're overachievers on our fucking team, bro. Like, name me one position on our defense you're scared of.
On our defense?
Yeah, name me one player you're scared of right now.
I don't know. No one's scared of nobody on that defense, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So, I don't know. As much as I love to go offense and quarterback and this and that, we need to have a fucking staple in our defense, bro. We need the guy. And honestly, if they don't get Mendoza, I want Arvell Reese, and that is it. That's my number 2 guy in this draft.
So, from week 9 of that year, they allowed 45 points. 45 points again.
After
24 points with Salah.
After week 9, you're saying?
Beginning of week 9.
Oh.
45, 45, 24, 14, 33, 30, 31, 26, 28, 27. They were bad defense.
It was a bad defense that year. It was the second year, though.
They also got 54 points 2 weeks prior to when I started. So they were really bad. Oh my God, that's hard to as bad as this defense has been this year, they haven't allowed 50 points this year yet, have they? It's about to happen. I'm telling you. What's the New England overall points?
So what's the deal with Buffalo and New England? So they're within a game of each other. So if they finish with a tie, who wins the division?
So New England.
Who owns that tiebreaker? That's the key.
So I think the way it works is because Buffalo lost to Miami. That was a bad one for them. I think New England.
They lost to the Raiders. That's bad too in the conference.
It's in the conference. So all of New England's losses have been in the conference. I don't know what Buffalo's lost.
That's not good.
It's going to go down a conference schedule because the last 2 games New England has are against Jets and Miami. So in this scenario where you're saying they're tied,
because this is the only thing I fear, and I don't even think I fear it anyway. Because even with their
you don't fear it.
No, let's say week 18, Buffalo has nothing to play for because they're done. They don't have to. They can't win the division anymore, but they're in the playoffs. Do they start Josh Allen, James Cook, this guy and that guy? Are we going to get that shit team that the Jets are going to come out and potentially have a chance to have the first pick overall and have
because I think Buffalo still has to play for seeding in the AFC because I think they're right now tied with the Chargers.
So you got 4 division winners.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have 3 wild card. I mean, 3. You're playing away the first round and the second round. Actually, first and second round you're playing away. The only chance you got a chance to play at home is possibly the AFC Championship game.
No, I understand that, but so right now Chargers are the 5 seed.
Right.
Bills are 6. If the season ended today, the 5 seed plays the winner of the AFC North, which would be Pittsburgh or Baltimore.
I'd rather play them, wouldn't you?
Right. The team that's 6 would be playing the Jaguars. So when I say you're playing for playoff seeding, the Chargers are ahead of them. I'm not saying the Bills are cherry picking who they play, but they're probably still going to try to win that game if they have a chance to climb up seeding. And I do hear what you're saying. The only chance to have at a home game is probably the AFC Championship game if it gets to that point. But sometimes it's about putting yourself in the best situation possible, like gearing up for who your opponents might be.
Who are your predictions real fast, and then we'll end the show.
Prediction for what?
Hey, who do you think is going to the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl?
Teams right now.
In the AFC, I'm going to go with You know, it's weird. The obvious ones, like
it's hard.
I do like Denver a lot. And it's a weird situation without like that second-year quarterback. It's hard. You know what I mean? Like you have, especially a guy like, and I mean, Bo Nix technically has seen playoff football, so it's not like his first rodeo at it. And that defense is elite. I'll go with Denver. That's a strong defense.
Denver. Who's going in the NFC?
NFC. I still like the Rams a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I know they lost to Seattle this week, and now they actually dropped from the 1 seed. I think they were a week ago to like I think like 5 or I think they're 6 now actually.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's horrible.
I still like the Rams.
So my prediction: Rams in the NFC, Bills AFC Super Bowl.
Bills AFC.
Yeah, I honestly don't think there's anybody strong enough that has the actual playoff experience like the Bills that is going to be hanging around. That's the problem. I think Josh Allen will abuse people in the playoff. He's playing. Let me tell you something. This kid right now is playing at a high level.
I get it.
Always has. And come playoff time, there's no Chiefs to stop him now. You got what I'm saying?
Dude, I had no idea I beat you in that fantasy league this week.
That was cool. I was happy for you.
I had no idea how the fuck it happened. I looked at it.
It's a weird. That's such a weird ass.
It is so weird.
It is like you have a
Nakua had like 60 points. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I looked at it. I looked at it this morning. I swear to God, I didn't even look at it after that Nakua game. I was also away. And like,
I started that first week. I was like, damn, here we go.
I was like, damn, not gonna get any money out of this fucking league.
Well, this week I have I'm in the finals this week with Jen. I'm gonna beat her for a third time this year, probably.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And like the one I have?
The final with her, yeah.
I zoned out of that league. My team was horrible there.
Oh, it happens, bro.
Yeah. All right, I gotta finish prepping some shit for tomorrow, bro. I gotta fucking get this stuff rolling.
Everybody, all Jet fans who've been watching us tonight, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. I'll see you again next week anyway.
Yeah.
But you know what? All happy holidays to the family. Stay healthy and good life. Let's go Jets.
Couldn't have said any better. All right, appreciate everyone in the chat. Dane's been kicking some ass in there. Crispy New York Jets, you've been on there being live. Tommy, Mafia Sports Report, appreciate you showing support. And everyone else in there. Appreciate everyone. Stay safe for the holidays. And God bless.
God bless.